Yeah.
So, welcome back to another episode. And with the boop and the bappin', the sketchbook heroes are snapping. All right, and the crickets are back. Shut up.
Let's do it. Woo! Fucking get into it. Woo!
Waste all the energy up front so we have nothing to give. Fuck this. Yeah. Welcome back to the Sketchbook Heroes podcast with me, Elias.
And me, Robert.
Woo!
Hey.
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 Bada beep, bada boop. It's pressing the button.
Let's make it snappy, shall we?
Snappy.
I've got stuff to not do. I was trying to think if I actually had done anything of merit or value, but no, just working.
Life is pointless.
Yeah. This week has been very much so. Recuperating from the prior week's sickness and just, stuck my head down, did the work, and here I am. It feels like yesterday.
Life is pointless. Life is pointless. Na 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 na.
No. But enough about me. How are you?
Yeah, I've been working. So not a lot to say about anything. I haven't really done anything.
I guess it's just one of those sort of times.
No, but it's like a wrap up. You know, like the last two. Yeah, exactly. Rap it. People rapping with their mouths because we got the boopins and the boppins. Mary Poppins. I don't know. So, and we're not rappers.
What the fuck are we doing?
I'm so tired. Being a grown-up is telling people how tired you are all the time.
Yes, exactly that.
But,
Yep.
I'm just wrapping up at work. We have a lot to do and not enough time to do it on. So, hey!
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Sounds great.
So, life is super exciting. I have very little money left as well, so I can't do anything that involves spending money.
Also exciting.
Also exciting. So you got to make do with what you got.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew. And with that said, thank you for listening. And thank you, Max, and everyone that's voted on the podcast, on Spotify, and wherever else you can add a vote to the podcast to make it visible for other people to listen in on, and blah, 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 words.
All of that stuff.
All that sweet, sweet loving.
All that loving. And we're going to be talking about the thing that's on the actual caption of this episode. So, away, intro, go away.
Go away, intro, come back.
Yeah, go away. Go away! That was a new version of Moving On.
No.
Go away!
No.
Go away!
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
And we're back. Oh, wow, this was shit. Okay, this intro was garbage.
Yeah, it was.
But we're past the intro.
We are the intro masters. Mm-hmm.
Whatever the opposite of masters are. Yeah.
But this week, every year we do one of these episodes. Mm-hmm. And why break that mold?
Why didn't we have, Christmas sound effects?
Isn't that like a Christmassy kind of,
doesn't
that sound
somewhat,
like fucking...
Yeah. But we can't play the same sound. We need Christmas ball sounds. What is that?
Yeah,
that is.
That's
ominous balls.
Yeah, ominous. Balliness. No.
With schmal in it.
Sorry. Yeah. Why did I even keep going? we're going to talk about different things you can do if you don't know what to give people for Christmas.
So we're gonna,
making and buying, I guess.
Yeah, I guess in tools we'll do the buying, and in the main episode we'll talk about
creation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in the retro we'll talk maybe something.
Maybe something, yeah.
Or just like our favorite Christmas movies.
Ooh, that is actually something.
Yeah,
yes.
Let's do that. Cool. So yeah, main topic, away we go, and here we are. Yeah. Making things for Christmas is something that I've always done, pretty much every year, up until this year. Well, with some exceptions, and I will dive into that. But normally I paint like paintings and portraits and all of this stuff, even full-on posters for my parents or family.
Dude, I have a great idea, by the way, regarding that. You don't have to do shit. Just use AI now.
Oh my God.
And just fucking make everyone stuff. And then you're like, there you go.
Why did you even say that? Why did you say that in the beginning? You should have said that for the last thing. Now nobody's going to listen anymore.
You don't, like, you could write a book just using AI because it's that smart now.
Or a song.
For your family.
Full
like,
on
make
Christmas
me
album.
Christmas rhymes machine.
Yep.
And then it's just like,
Bicycle.
Exactly. Just says bicycle in the song.
This is bicycle.
This is bicycle.
But you're right.
You don't have to do anything anymore.
If your words are good enough, you can make anything.
Yeah. If you can rap like us with the bappity bops.
With my cuz.
Yeah, you can cuss them out.
Oh, nice burn. We're so old. It just hurts.
Yeah, I'm so
Everything
pale.
hurts,
I can feel the sun rays from inside.
Yeah.
Burning my skin.
Midwinter.
Yeah. Midwinter. Inside, indoors, in a bunker, basically.
It hurts.
It hurts.
Anybody got some suntan?
I wrapped away my pigment.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. You actually became whiter.
Whiter.
Like, for real. But yeah, enough about the AI and all our cool raps.
No.
Shut the fuck door.
Weminem. I'm a mix of George Michael and Eminem.
Weminem. Yeah.
Just like in my head, I just hear like a George Michael song sang with like the cadence of Eminem. Sang. Yeah. Moving on. What did you do for Christmas gifts? Shut your mouth.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when this episode releases, you don't have all that much time left. But if you are, if you have a lot of time, and let's say your parents are, like my parents, very big fans of movies and just TV in general, you could do a movie poster like I did with like jumbled mix of their favorite shows or movies. Yeah. So I did that with True Detective, Game of Thrones, True Blood, and Sons of Anarchy.
A nice collage.
And yes, like escargot, but the collage version. What the fuck are we doing? But yeah, I did that one year, and that took forever. And I hated my life. And that was like just the one gift. And then I had the rest of the family and friends and girlfriends and all that to give. So thankfully I made money so I could buy stuff. But let's say you don't have that money and you don't feel like making one of
burn
those
the money.
epic posters like I did. What else can you do? So much. So much. So we're going to be just dumping a lot of tips and tricks in your lap, and hopefully you can make something out of that. Or you think of something because we didn't say it, and don't forget to tag us in all your stories or posts, and give us all the blame for all your epic stuff that you do. Because why would you be able to do anything without us?
Without us, without us telling you what to do.
You know, mighty and powerful snobs. Yeah, so good.
But I really liked... Son of a bitch. But I really liked the thing that you've been doing all year. Like you could
nothing.
Like, no, but I'm God damn it! This is gonna not go well.
Yeah.
No, but what you've done, like for the shop and everything, like that little sort of like coffee book that you made.
Yeah, yeah.
And like those services are fairly cheap.
Yes. How much did I pay? I mean, normally they have like discounts every month because they don't make money, I guess. But so for one of those coffee table books or whatever you want to call them, or photo books, I think between 20 and 30 bucks, like 250 Swedish crowns ish.
And you can give it to both your parents.
And you can give it to both of them, yeah.
Your dad won't care, but your mom would love it.
Because that extra copy is always a lot cheaper as well. So
there you go.
And so what I did, spoiler alert for my parents, in case they're listening, I don't think they are.
All the episodes they've listened to.
No, but obviously now I have the baby, and that is the only thing that I do take pictures of. And I did a full series of almost 30 pictures of her in my lap and her just making different faces, but in that exact same position. And it just turned out to, like, it's a fun series of pictures because every picture is very unique, and she makes, like, her face is so much
animated.
Yeah,
like
a lot of emotions and expressions. Like, so I took all of those and had like on each page of the book one of those pictures and made.
Is this one of those like smaller books, like a children's book, like a little flip?
It's a little smaller than A4 actually. Okay. So it's kind of it is fairly, A4. Yeah. It's A4.
Oh shit!
So it's kind of big. But I mean, with one of those, you could still remove the pictures from the book and have that as one thing if you like that one picture. But so I got an offer of like 50% off because I ordered my tattoo book. And because I did that, they gave me discount for blah, blah, blah. So I did just 2 of those books with just the daughter for both of the grandparents. And it's super stupid. It's very cheesy. But it's perfect for grandparents.
Parents and grandparents don't give a shit about cringe.
And I know my parents, because they don't get to see her all that often. They come maybe once a month, if that. So something like this, I think, is very much appreciated. And just as a cute little thing. And I took the cheapest version, so it's like no hardcover. It's just simple, almost like you remember those school catalogs?
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
like that.
It's basically like a month, like a calendar, like a yearly.
Pretty much. Yeah. I think that would even take it a step further. This is cheaper than that. But that was perfect. I just sort of had that idea from seeing that series of photos, and I was like, that's awesome. I would want that myself.
Yeah.
And then I just gave it to them because they wouldn't dare throw that away. So, now it's mine. But yeah, so I did that, and with that came a lot of other ideas, because if you go into one of those photo sites or whatever, the one that I used, it's a Swedish one called Önskefoto, so like wish photo, I guess. They have a lot of different services in there where you can just, make some pretty awesome stuff with photos that you have. But with that said, you can also utilize scanned or digital art and produce some pretty high quality prints, or you can get it printed on canvas, or you could do sort of special one-off things for a special friend or somebody. And I did that for a special somebody because I know somebody might actually be listening, so I'm not going to spoil it too much. But utilized that service and just made something fun out of it. And because most of us listening to this podcast or talking have Procreate or Photoshop skills. So you can, if you get the measurements for the canvas, you can do anything. And it's pretty cheap, and they bind it and fix it for you, and it's even comes pretty much wrapped. So all you need is put a bow on it. It's done. And the delivery service, or the amount of time you have to wait for these things for these photo places is normally just a couple of days.
That's pretty sweet.
now it's close to Christmas. Of course, they're
Might
going
be
to be
chaos,
like
yeah.
action-packed with stuff they have to do, so there might be delays. But if you're just like a month away or a few months away, just like 2-3 days and you have the
Yeah.
product already. It's great. Especially with önskefoto.se because, I mean, they're a Swedish brand. They just delivered to Sweden, I guess, and super quick.
Dude, there's
good
so
quality.
many of these services all around the world.
I use
Yeah.
Fujifilm as well for developing things. Like all of these, I'm sure each
Yeah,
and every
they all
person
have
have
their
their
own,
own.
yeah.
Yes, but maybe not all of you think about these sites as a place you can go to get these types of gifts.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you have like that one stupid photo. Like thinking of you, I immediately think of you, me, and Sam doing the fart.
The face, no,
blowy-
the blob.
Yeah. Like having
Yeah.
that blown up as like a bigger, nicer picture would be awesome. Because every time you look at that I piss
picture,
myself
yeah, dude,
laughing.
it is
because
so
it's,
good.
It's the most perfect.
It is insane
Like,
how
it
good
just-
that is.
Yeah.
It's no, but that's why I fell in love with photography as well. Like you capture a moment in time, and if it's a meaningful moment, like you still feel that happiness, you know, because we laughed, like we cried, you know, like, and every time
Like,
I see that
I'm
picture,
already laughing.
yeah,
But-
exactly. Every time that picture pops up as a memory, it happens like every 5 years or so,
Yeah.
you know, like
There it is.
there it is, yeah, and it's always a comment like, oh, it's back. You know,
Yeah.
it's back up. Or like, you know, like someone comments on it. Like,
Yeah.
it is such a fucking great photo.
It's such a good photo.
And everyone looks so fucking weird on that photo in their own way, you know. Like
I'm
it's-
the only one that's laughing in it. Like I start laughing.
But
and
you look
both
so
of you
weird, yeah.
Are so into it.
Yeah,
Like,
we're
your
insane.
eyes are
yeah.
about to pop out of your head.
Yeah.
And you have like
Yeah.
that, like the
Yeah,
mouth.
the weirdest
I don't know
mouth.
what.
Yeah, dude, I
And
don't
Sam looks like a blowfish. I don't
Yes.
know what she's doing.
know. Yeah, and you oh man,
It's
yeah,
perfect.
it's
It's
perfect.
just perfect.
It's friendship.
Yeah, it is. It is. It just encapsulates the whole like
Yeah.
our relationship.
Yeah,
I
it
think.
does.
But yeah, like that would be
Yeah.
a perfect gift, for example.
Definitely. And
Not that we do gifts
but
anymore.
no. But that's what I've done. Like I
Yeah.
think I said this last year as well. I've really worked my way out of giving anyone gifts. Like
Yeah,
now because I just usually it's just
it's stuff.
pointless stuff. Yeah. And
that's the thing.
I'm against stuff. I hate like going out and getting people stuff that mean nothing because I don't know people well enough. Like I can get you something
yeah,
and then everyone else is a problem. Because
yeah.
I could get you whatever I enjoy that I and you'll understand it. You know, like you might not have bought it yourself, but you're like, oh yeah, I could actually use this, or like you'll find something about it that you enjoy as well.
and
Because
the same here.
yeah, like it,
I could go in and get like a comic book or
Dude, a
something,
comic
whatever
book,
the fuck that
something,
I
yeah.
want, and give
Yeah.
it to you, and you would enjoy it.
enjoy it
Yes.
exactly, and everyone else is just a problem. Like, oh, I don't have hobbies. I just exist in this world. And you're like,
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna give
Yeah.
you existence. Here you go.
Here you
Yeah,
go.
you already have,
have
Oh, yeah,
existence.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's really like some people are really difficult. Like sometimes they want specific stuff, but we're also grown up, so we buy this shit we want and need like during the year.
Yeah, because we
So,
make
yeah.
money and
Yeah.
you
And we get to
buy
spend it
things.
however
Yeah.
you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, the sort of idea that you have with the photo, like a meaningful moment that is frozen in a photo, like you could make a shirt out of that, or you know, like you have like if you guys have like a internal joke that you like keep repeating all the time that no one gets, or if there's
Mighty
something
and
that
powerful gods.
exactly,
That would be awesome.
just having the shirt, yeah.
Yeah.
Making it an ugly Christmas sweater, or making it into, you know, that you can use every year, or if it's something that they can wear all the time, that you have, you know.
And I mean, right now we're still talking about ordering things online, I guess, that you don't even have to create yourself.
No, you just need the base stuff, like the photo or the, you
The
know,
idea.
whatever, the idea, yeah.
Yeah.
And-
I think like it's not as epic as actually giving something that you have made yourself. There's something in
I think
putting
that-
that time and effort into creating something and
Sure.
giving that to.
But I think there's something valid about, like, because the thing is, you have an idea and you take it to completion.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I wouldn't be able to fucking braid a whole shirt or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
same. Like
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just I'm not saying that you shouldn't. That you should still create things.
Yeah.
If that's what you're inclined to do.
Yeah. No. Of course. And
because we're gonna get into that.
Yeah.
Oh, so much.
But I think like it depends on how many people you have to give.
Exactly.
Or make
how much time
stuff,
and people. Yeah. That's an equation you have to do yourself.
Yeah, and also like the cost of this. You know what I mean? Like if you have a lot of great ideas, like you won't be able to do all of our ideas, but ordering these like printed books and stuff it can be a pretty cheap sort of solution to get, enough copies to give to, the people that need it, like your mom, your grandma, and those people like you don't need a lot of them and they won't cost you a fortune.
No. And I did like a few years back, well, a lot of years back now actually, but I made a one-off art book for my grandma and gave it to my parents as well with just my favorite pieces of art. And then I wrote some like information about it sort of just to, because I always loved doing that sort of graphic design thing, like working with that. So I had fun making it and they got some new artwork from me. And like all of that also helped me sort of polish my portfolio skills and stuff because that was around the time when I was applying for more work, just before I got the Lego gig, all of that. So I was so into the portfolio making, so it just made sense to do something like that as well. So that's a good tip for any of you guys that are kind of in that part of your life where you're trying to polish your portfolio skills and do something cool, because you could make one of those books for yourself for actual work if you go into interviews and you have a book to present with your stuff, but also give it away as a gift to grandparents or stuff that still appreciate your artwork.
Yeah. The only people that appreciate your
artwork.
artwork.
They're going to get them. They're going to show that to all of their friends and be like, oh my God, look how beautiful it is. And they're so talented and blah, blah, blah.
Even if you're not.
Because that's what grandparents do.
And one fun thing about having photos and like if you order prints of something, but just to cast them in resin. Like, for example, let's say you have like these like squarish sort of, like, I don't know, pieces of wood that are like thin enough, and then you could make like coasters, with something on them, like artwork or something, and then you cast them in resin or epoxy resin, right?
Yeah.
And you could cast them, and then they would have these really nice coasters with your artwork in them or something like that.
That's super cool.
And just make 4, like you just make a set of them.
Exactly. Not more than they would need.
Yeah, exactly. It's a nice gift. Looks really nice. Taking an object, like if your mom loves whatever the fuck, like a flower or, yes, thank you, whatever she likes, and then you cast it in like a resin cast. So, and then you can just like, depending on the shape, you want to make a pendant or like, I don't know, like something artsy.
A dildo.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you, Robert. A resin dildo for your mom with a rose in it.
Yeah. Always appreciate it.
I don't think you should put resin in your private parts. But you could cast basically anything in resin and in your butt.
Yeah.
Thank you, Robert, for leading the conversation the right way. Idiot.
Why be grown-ups when you can be childish?
Stupid.
Gambito. Yeah, I know.
Worst.
This is what I'm like without alcohol. This is 2 beers. Last week was 3.
This is me without alcohol. Yeah. But 2
Not
beers.
Not fun at all.
But 2 beers. You had 2 beers last time as well.
No, 3.
Oh, well.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Sweet spot.
But
resin is fun. Resin is expensive if you don't already have it.
And it takes time. It takes...
it takes some time to dry, but like it won't take 2 weeks.
An easy thing to just, whip up and do.
It is easy if you're used to using resin. It's super, super stressful if you don't.
Exactly. So maybe do a trial run first. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to try working with resin at some point, but there's just no...
Before we move on from the printing and the things, just making like a photo collage of like the best photos of you and your friends or you and your family, just from like when you were a kid, and then you could make it chronological. You could make it tell a story. You know what I mean? And you can like sort of like on these sites, you can choose like how big you want the squares. So it's basically like an Instagram feed of photos you've selected, and you can just, you know, go crazy there. Tell a story, make it into a fucking face if you're that inclined.
Go old school and just order photos and then cut them out and make your own. Because, I mean, to make, everybody could do a collage. Like that's, Nicolaj can do a collage. Yes, I saw it. Nicolaj. But I haven't seen anybody buy a canvas, a stretch canvas, and do like just glue photos on top of that. I haven't seen that because that just seems like a step up, making it maybe a little bit more fancy.
Yep.
I don't know how glue actually works on canvas though, so I haven't tried this. Maybe it doesn't work at all. But just to make,
I guess so.
Yeah. Yeah, where is it? There it is.
It's good enough.
It's good enough. There you go. But yeah, you just make a Nicolaj and on whatever you want. You could buy a piece of wood and put it on there and mix media the fuck out of it. Because that's what I would do, I think. If I was a little bit younger and I wanted to make something for you with just photos of us throughout our lives, I would combine Eldorado stuff. I would combine just different printouts of the stupid stuff that we love and make it into like the story of our life type of thing. Just make it more fun.
The road so far.
There you go. Supernatural for sure. Yeah. And you could probably add like a musical thing to like one of those canvas frames so you can push a button and it plays your favorite song. Yeah. Carry on my wayward son.
Exactly what I meant.
Yeah. Exactly. Awesome. But yeah, we're coming up with so much cool stuff.
No. But I think that is like something that I would appreciate. Like whether it comes printed or handmade, which is cooler.
Yep.
But if it had a story in it, you know, like whatever the story is, like, you know, the time we went to Marbella, or, you know, like that time we did the thing, or like
just
all
this
the times,
year.
or this year. Yeah.
Because then you could do it like a yearly thing. And that would probably be something that, like, if you've done it more than once, it'd be something that the person would be really excited to get the next year. Like, just to see.
We've been friends for 30 plus years now.
Yeah.
And imagine having exactly. And imagine having like a photo, whatever photo of us together for every 10 years.
Yeah.
Like that could be pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, like, because we did change a lot. And it would be fun to get
facial hair, for
dude,
sure.
but it would be fun to kind of get us in all like your skater phase, my
skater
Johnny
face.
Depp, my Johnny Depp hair phase, like all those like weird moments that we've had throughout the years, you know, and just like have a collage of those photos and just feel the shame.
Sad.
Yeah, just feel the shame
Yeah.
of that like collage on the wall, like burning, like
Hemorrhoids on your wall.
On your wall, yeah. Thank you.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yes.
Metaphors, not
So
your
good.
thing.
So good.
Okay, let's move on from collage and Nicolage. Handmade Christmas cards are always fun.
Yes.
We did it at King just for like charity. Like all the money that we sold the cards for, we brought back in and sent them, you know, to some cause or other.
Okay.
But in this instance, I'm just talking about just making some Christmas cards.
Yeah.
Just for fun. Like either you attach them to your, you know, like the presents that you're making, or you just send them out because it's fun, and try to keep them simple. Like,
yeah, don't go
like if you have
30 hours.
No. I'm just thinking like if you have like nerdy friends, just take some nice like watercolor paper, thick enough, perfect. Just draw something fun. If you have nerdy friends, just draw, you know, whatever, like a Super Mario mushroom with
something,
a
you know,
Christmas
like.
hat. Yeah, exactly. Just keep it simple. A little Christmas tree with Super Mario eyes, you know, like the Super Mario Hills that have eyes.
Or just a hat.
Just a hat, whatever. Like just a simple, like little simple cards, you know, and just send them out.
Yeah.
I drew a Game Boy with a with a Christmas hat on, you know, like a just
or
a fun thing.
Exactly, or a Santa with the Game Boy.
Yeah, no, but just Santa with a Game Boy sounds complicated.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
I could do that in 10 minutes.
yeah.
Easy. I don't know why.
Simpler,
I can always draw Santas.
Yeah.
Santas and teddy bears are like my
But
thing.
I'm thinking like, because I think like drawing a full character for some people is a lot of work. That's why I'm thinking like simpler stuff. Just draw like, you know, insinuate things, big shapes. Like when we did it at work, it looked so nice. The people that just drew like simpler stuff, because I did the Game Boy and it just took way too long.
Yeah.
When I started drawing like simpler stuff, you just like it's simple shapes that you can
It's
sort
just
of.
the readability of the
Dude,
card.
it's so
Like,
much
it needs
better.
to be-
Yeah,
Because normally you put the card up on like your fridge.
yeah.
You're not going to stand that close to your fridge all the time. Like it's more fun if it's like simpler, bulkier, and just you see it from afar. You know what I mean? Like, so it sticks out. Like that's how you should do any type of card, really. Just speaking.
Dude,
graphic
I just
design.
thought of Matthias last year sent out Christmas cards where he's like he joined like one of his colleagues is a photographer as well, and they made like these silly Christmas cards where he wears like the Santa beanie and then he has like Christmas balls in his hands and he's like laughing like an idiot, you know, and it's just like super cheesy. And he made it like a like a card that folds, you know, and it's just him in different like stupid like cheesy Christmas like position. Sent it out to, you know, me. I had it on my fridge for the longest time. It's just so stupid. Like it's
Amazing.
such a perfect gift.
Yeah.
Just you in doing things you would never do in the like classic 80s and 90s, you know.
Holding balls.
No, but it's basically, you know, what comes with the frame.
Mm-hmm.
Those type of pictures, basically, like fake laughing and everything. Yeah, fucking genius, that man.
Yes. Well, he is.
Uh,
And big congrats to him for his book being
book.
out.
Yeah.
Yes, it finally came out. What was it called again? Super something,
Skolan?
Superskolan. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Superhjälteskolan? Super.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congrats, Matthias.
Congrats!
Hey,
The book is out.
The book is out.
Yeah. So
We're
yeah,
coming out.
yeah, we shared it. We did our part. Yeah, I also want one signed.
Oh,
of course.
you also said like you can buy like these comic books that
Oh, yeah,
have
yeah,
a
yeah.
blank cover on them, or
Yeah,
like they
these-
have everything. You know, they have the sort of like the Spider-Man or X-Men title thing.
It is the full-on comic book, but it just has the logo of said comic and then a blank sort of a thicker drawing paper as the
cover.
The cover.
Yeah.
And then you can just make your own cover and give that to any of your geeky friends. So if you have I don't know, a Spider-Man friend, a Spider-Man fan friend,
Fam.
a fan, yeah.
Spider-Man.
And yeah, you just get them the latest Spider-Man comic book, but you draw the cover yourself. It just adds so much value, but it's still, if they hate your cover, they can still read the book.
Yeah,
So
and that makes up
the
for-
thing that keeps on giving.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like the time you ruined that comic book.
exactly. Yeah, but not all comic book stores have these. I'm sure you can order them pretty easily.
The US, I think, is no problem, but
No.
for everyone else, you're fucked.
Exactly. In Australia, they had them in stock in the comic book store. So actually, that's how I got my comic book cover gig from Sina. I drew two of those and put them on Instagram, and then she saw those and like, oh, we need somebody to draw covers.
That's perfect.
Ta-da! Easy. And yeah, it just felt really cool. So like, even if you're not doing that as a Christmas present, I would recommend you do that anyways if you're a little bit of a geek. I bought Justice League and I bought Black Panther. So you read the comic and then it's kind of like you're giving yourself a brief for a comic book cover or a movie poster. You read the book and it's like, okay, that's what it's about. How would I represent all of this story in just that one image or front and back cover, which I did for the Justice League one. Not so happy with either of those covers, by the way. They look kind of like shit, but I just had fun in doing the whole layout and the process of doing those. So that's just a cool tip for anybody that's looking for something new to experiment with in terms of comic books or layout and composition for posters, I guess. So
I have one more thing that I've thought of doing for years now, and I've never done it.
which is
Like backyard sales or flea markets. Just get some cool old shit that's super cheap. Like sometimes exactly, and then burn it.
Yeah.
No, but just getting like sometimes when you walk around these places, there are some like really cool sets of like old wooden, I don't know, like ornaments or something, or like frames. Like there are so many cool things at a flea market, that you could buy for no money.
Yeah.
Like you could get like a set for like $10 or like just whatever. Like everything you can find some cool shit. And I've always talked about, buying stuff and then just modding them.
Mm-hmm.
Like this painting is boring. Like we talked about this last year actually.
Yeah,
and I think this was my favorite idea. Yeah. Was buy old paintings and then like I think
you paint over them.
You paint over them or you glue stuff onto them. Like this guy called Pappas Pärlor here in Sweden and on Instagram, like he took like these old paintings that had like a little road on them, and then he made the Mario Kart characters from the Super Nintendo Mario Kart, and he glued them on in size, like getting smaller and smaller, so that it looked like a Super Mario Kart race in an old painting.
Awesome.
Fucking genius.
Yeah.
With that little guy in the cloud holding the start timer, with fuck. It's just stuff like that.
Just that in any type of game that you want, really.
Yeah.
You just buy any type of landscape painting.
Dude, landscape painting.
You put Zelda in there with the
perfect.
stats or whatever.
You could even print out a Zelda if you have a printer at home, or just order like a nicer print thing, cut it out perfectly, with
use some what do you call it? Wallpaper glue.
Yeah, dude, like, whatever. And just smack it in there and just, whatever stuff you have to kind of just...
Dude, that's awesome. I want to do that now.
Dude, like he did, like I said last year, equally excited. The Hadouken, because he had a broken frame. So he made Ryu smash the frame.
Fuck, that's so cool.
It's such a fucking genius idea. And I'm so excited still.
Yeah.
Like, it's been a year.
It's been a year.
It's been a year since I saw that thing.
Yeah. Ryu painting.
I think this is by far my most sort of favorite idea of all of them, is just buying old shit. If you have like a rotator tool or whatever they're called. The Dremel is the brand that I have and Robert has, and we call them Dremels, but they're just perfect to just carve into stuff, and just, like for example, let's say you buy like a cutting board of some sort and you like do the initials on the side, or like you make some ornamental stuff, and then you kind of just, treat that wood so it doesn't.
And you can also, of course, you can order that stuff as well. I actually got that for Father's Day. A gigantic cutting board with Master Chef Ekblom and a stag.
That's a lot to live up to.
It is, yeah, and it's a lot of cutting board.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. But it was super appreciated. Like, wifey knows that I love cooking and just chopping stuff up, I guess. But yeah, and I did that for my sister back in the day. So I bought like a very cheap cutting board.
Oh yeah, you did.
And just made I dremeled out a bird and also
very cool.
tooled it to get a little bit of texture and color in there. Super easy. Like, it seriously took me maybe 3 hours all in all to do the entire thing.
Yeah. How did you treat it afterwards? So that
I didn't.
Cool.
I just, because it was treated, and then
but that's what I mean. Like when you burn out, because thing is, sometimes
you probably should.
No, but you shouldn't burn on the treated, because I think it can release stuff. I don't know. Maybe
I only
like the varnish.
I only burned on what I had dremeled. So I didn't burn on the thing. But yeah, it can release fumes. So you should be careful. Maybe have like a mouth guard.
A mouth guard.
And then I told my sister to only use the other side that I didn't like
exactly
carve into, because if it sort of ruins the thing. It's more of a one-off.
You can,
thing,
but I think you can read about this online.
Yeah.
There's someone smarter than us that has done this.
It's probably super easy to treat.
Yeah.
So, it was a spur of a moment type of thing. I had Dremel tool and burn tool at home, and in the shopping mall that I lived on top of, they sold these super cheap, like rustic type chopping boards for $5. And they even had like a little piece of bark left on top, like on the side and stuff. So it just looked really cool. And then I added a bird on a branch, and that was it, with my sort of signature geotrash stuff around it. Very easy, super cheap, easy.
But also like candlesticks, for example, Smart. Just buy like wooden candlesticks that look, like I like where they're going, but if I carved into them, they would look much cooler.
Yeah.
And like if you have, for example, friends that are into nerdy stuff, you could carve in, Nintendo hearts, like the little Zelda hearts that
geeky
people
messages.
Yeah, whatever. Like it's so easy to make something really cool with very little sort of like you already have like the difficult part, so you just need to kind of carve into it a bit,
Yeah. Or like you buy a set of glass, like 4 glasses, and you could just carve. Like, if it's somebody special to you, you just write stuff that you feel you should be telling them every day, you know, that you love them or thanking them, or just cute little messages around. So every time they drink that glass, glass, they drink your thanks and love and praise. They drink your love. Yeah.
Ew. Disgusting phrasing. Also, if you don't have like a Dremel or a rotary tool, you could also just use masking tape. Masking tape is a gift from the fucking gods. Like you can mask a lot of cool geometrical shapes, straight lines, and just paint and get these like really clean designs. So you could make like a Rubik's Cube looking motherfucking thing with like geometrical color shapes. Like if you just plan it a bit.
Yeah. Cool.
It looks so good.
Really cool.
And you can do this with anything, that is wood, basically, or plastic, like anything that can hold color, basically.
Yeah. And then obviously you just need to find that right type of color and stuff.
Yeah.
But
there are some really cheap options, though. Like
the really, really cheap ones is just buying like permanent markers, because those fuckers stay on most things.
Yeah.
So, on plates and stuff, of course they're gonna wear.
But you also have those, like, what the fuck are those called? The pilot Pintor? Wasn't those that you had like Posca basically?
Oh yeah.
On some stuff you can draw with those, and it turns out like okay, like it's I've seen people do some fun things with those, like buying a sneaker, and then just painting
Pimping
on it, and making it into something. So ideas.
A lot of ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, I have to talk a little bit about Sculpey, because that's my baby. I love it. It's the only art product that I brought with me to the new place that I'm actually living in now. First night was
I love that you didn't talk about it at all.
Yeah, I totally forgot.
Yeah.
Quick segue. This weekend was all about moving into the new place. So the last bits, more or less, I left the hamster, are in the new apartment.
Dark.
So dark. No, I'm sure he's just happy. But I was packing up all of my art gear, and I was just like, well, I never use any of this shit. Will I use it in the new place? Probably not. Fuck it. And I just put it into storage. The only thing was I had like a brand new
pack of Sculpey.
So I just brought that. So that's what I'll be kind of focusing on when I do feel a little bit creative. Also writing, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But Sculpey, oh my God, it's still, I think, the best thing that I ever found for any type of gifts. So with all the stuff that I've done previously,
Sculpey has become more expensive though. Like it used to be so cheap.
This is so old. I don't remember when I bought it. It's probably half a year ago or something. But it just holds.
Yeah, dude.
Literally, I found I had like just a piece that I had started molding that I wanted to do a skull
Which
with.
one do you buy? Because I bought the really hard one.
The pink one.
Okay, yeah, I bought the gray one, the hardest one, and it is solid as a rock.
Yeah, I never used that one. I think it's too difficult.
No, you can buy an oil for it that softens it up.
Yeah, but that's too much work.
Too much work. Yeah, I feel I made a mistake. I bought 2 packs of the super stiff one.
Yeah, I mean you can mix the two as well, which is great. So you can the super stiff one, I think it's easier if you need to do like a lot of fancy details. And the other one just for quick sculpting. So if you do like a full body thing and then go in with the face with the gray one, I think you can get perfect details in the face. Because once you harden it, it is solid. The exact way you left it. So
that is insane.
But that also includes your fingerprints and all of that stuff. So you need to think about that before you paint it. Okay, because it doesn't really show on the actual Sculpey clay thing. But once you paint it, it's just going to pop out. Like you just see your fingerprints straight away. So it might be nice to do a little bit of a quick sort of finish with some piece of paper or water down, whatever. I haven't really experimented all that much with it because I do like having that. It just makes it so much more personal. But stuff that I have done previously are smaller, simpler sculptures So the way I use Sculpey is I take a little bit of aluminum foil, make that into a ball the size of like a marble that you play with. Through that, I like put some steel wiring to make a loop, and then around that I make my sculpt. That will make it into an ornament that you can hang up on stuff, or if you want to do like a necklace or whatever. All of that works because you just put whatever you've finished sculpting into the oven, bake it for whatever it says on the pack. Normally it's like 60 degrees Celsius or maybe somewhere between 60 and 90 degrees for a period of time. And then it comes out solid as a rock, and you can paint it, you can Dremel it to make finer details, all of that stuff. It's such an amazing tool. It's a little bit pricey, yes, but not overly pricey.
But you get a lot of clay in one.
You get a lot of clay. Unless you're doing like stuff, really big things.
Yeah, but then...
And again, if you're doing that, I would still recommend using the base of aluminum foil to bulk it out so it's not too heavy. Yeah. If it's too thick, it's going to take forever to burn in the oven. Then it's going to actually burn. Yeah. So, yeah. Do yourself a favor, use aluminum. But yeah, so I did a lot of Christmas tree ornaments back in the day, my Dark Christmas series, which I loved. And I still want to do more stuff like that. But apart from that, I've started utilizing it for some other more, I guess, silly or fun things. For one, I did something called a bubble stopper. So I don't know if a lot of people know this, but it's kind of a life hack where you put a teaspoon into an open bottle of any type of bubbly beverage, in this case, a bottle of champagne. If you have a teaspoon in there, it will stop the bubbles from escaping. So it's kind of like putting the lid back on your champagne. And I've tried this for a couple of days and it still holds. So it's really the best of life hacks. But it looks so stupid just having a spoon in your thing. So what I did was I took that very, very cheap IKEA teaspoon and sculpted on top of the part that's above the bottle.
The part sticking out, basically.
Exactly. Yeah. So you don't sort of destroy the effect, I guess. And I sculpted like this ugly kind of penisy worm coming out of the bottle with a weird face, and then I spray painted it gold and gray. Like super duper basic, but it works. And now it's this fun worm coming out of the champagne bottle, like looking drunk and ugly. But it also has a purpose of keeping that bottle fresh. So that's one crazy tip. Another one, if you buy the metallic straws that you wash, you can just super Sculpey around those, and make some fun, I don't know, Christmas type things, having Santas or something climb the straw, or, whatever the fuck you want. But Sculpey is really, really the tool. Like, it's so great. It's so easy to just play around with.
Yeah. It's very forgiving as well.
And something to keep in mind is if you are going to Dremel it after you've baked it, you should use glasses and mouth guard, because it also releases stuff that you shouldn't be breathing
ingesting,
and it does like create a lot
and
of
also use your rotary tool on the lowest setting so you don't demolish the
that's also
the
smart.
ceramic.
But yeah, Sculpey for sure. Like, just talking about it now, I feel super pumped to just go home and start doing something. Birds are very easy to sculpt, just so you know.
And and something I love about it is that whatever inanimate objects that might be around the house, you could possibly sculpt something around them. Like, it would be really cool if this, sort of like you said, like the end of the spoon had something to it. Like. And just being able to do that, or even just like we talked about before, like going to like a secondhand thing, finding, like an old set of like wooden handled like cutlery, and then just, like either carving those and then, like treating them with something, and just, or like finding something that you could sculpt around and just like, it's so cool.
Yeah. Like I've even done jewelry with Sculpey. Actually, like rings and necklace, pendants. So, like, there's, of course, nothing stopping you and your brain. Just go nuts and have fun with it. We are just spouting all of the stuff that we can think of.
That we, like,
that we would have done if we had the time and energy.
No, the thing is, I don't have to buy gifts for anyone.
There you go. You only have a couple of kids. But
the kids are the only thing. All the grown-ups, just take care of yourselves.
Yeah.
Like, that's how we do it.
Yeah.
It is the best.
We kind of landed there too, which is actually really, really nice. Like, I just want to get some stupid sparkly stuff for Santa, and that's it. Really. Like.
Yeah, all I need is like lottery tickets, and then I'm good.
They're that age. That's right. Yeah.
That's what I get my kids.
Or is that for the ex-wife?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
Wouldn't it suck if you bought her one of those and she bought like won millions and millions?
I wouldn't care. Like, I really don't care.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
it's not. I don't think so.
No.
Because that would make my life easier.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a win-win.
It's a win-win. No, but the thing is, I really don't mind if people win on my behalf. Like, it would never be a problem, because I know it's been talked about a lot. Like, but if I buy someone that and they win on it, I'm like, yay?
Isn't that why you buy it? Like,
I hope that's why you buy it. Like,
that is the reason why you buy somebody a lottery ticket.
I have a complicated relationship with my parents, like a lot of people. But if I bought them a lottery ticket and they won off of it and they were better off, even if we don't have the best, relationship, who am I to be mad about it? Like,
yeah, I mean, again,
it doesn't like affect my life in any way negatively.
It's the purpose of a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
Like, it just sounds stupid.
Yeah,
that people do that.
But people, I think people tend to create problems where there are none.
Yeah.
I was reading in this sort of like forum about people like talking about like who pays for dinner, like when you're on a date or when you're like out with people. And I was like, why is this a problem? Why? Like, I've gone out with people, like friends, friends of friends, just had coffee, whatever. Who pays the check has never been a problem.
No.
Like, it only becomes a
Is
problem.
it because you always pay the check?
I do. Yeah. I do by choice offer myself to pay it, because I don't really.
I can't stop myself.
Same.
It's
like
kind of like just second nature.
Yes.
And then maybe they swish me afterwards, or maybe they don't.
They don't. But the thing is,
I never expect them to.
Thank you. That's what I was gonna get to. Is that I don't expect anyone to pay me back. I really don't mind paying for it. Like, it is.
But, like, seriously, how often do we go out and actually have dinner with people?
Less now, but it used to be a lot more often. I mean, it was never a problem.
Exactly. Or if it is, then, well, the way I normally do it is I tell you that I actually don't have all that much money. Is it okay if we...
Yeah, dude.
Like,
and
before
dude, and that's always also not a
okay.
problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we're all in different fucking stages in life.
But yeah,
Sometimes we have
why
more money. I don't know why that.
make that into like a thing?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Why make that into a thing? And some people were like, "Oh, I think like when you're on a date and you don't know what's gonna happen, you have to split it." I was like, "Do you?
Do you really?
Do you really? Do you like whatever works? Like whatever you guys agree upon, you just make it casual and it'll be fine. And then if someone expects you to pay it, they're the asshole. You don't have to be. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but I will always offer my to pay whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really. And if you can't afford to pay, maybe you shouldn't go out.
Yeah. Like you should always
Simple.
kind of go in expecting to pay.
Yeah,
Like
I think so. I think
do
that
yourself that favor.
No, but
that way
I
it's
just
not
fe-
an issue.
it's never an issue.
Yeah.
Like, and even when I was at my poorest, I would offer to pay.
Yeah. Same.
And then not have money at all after, but they wouldn't know that. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly. Because you would
like-
still feel kind of good about it.
I
You
do
know,
feel good about
like
it.
you gave them at least that.
Yeah.
Kind of like I'm okay with just eating
Yeah.
noodles.
And then people were like, "Oh, but
We
I
had a
don't
great
want."
dinner. you
Dude,
know?
but then people started writing like, "Oh, yeah, but if they pay, then they're expecting something of me." And I was like,
no.
"No." And if they do, that's when you know you shouldn't hang out with them.
Exactly.
Like it is a great it gives you the feedback that you need if you should hang out with this person or not. You know?
Yes. Exactly. Or keep dating them.
Or yeah. No, but I'm just saying
But,
that
yeah.
people complain about things that they should be thankful for. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this guy, he just like said that I should pay or blah blah blah. I was like, that is the perfect fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
You could have dated this guy for longer without knowing that he's an asshole. Like,
Yeah.
for example,
Exactly.
he just gave you an out.
Yeah. And if you are the same group of people,
Yeah.
maybe you do like, that one person does that day, and then
Yeah.
next time the other person does because,
Yeah.
so it's even.
Yeah, but I
You
don't
give
know
and
how.
you take.
But I don't know how people make it so complicated. You know.
Yeah. They
Or you're
think
just
too
hanging.
much.
Yeah,
Is that it?
think too much. Maybe.
Think too
I
much.
don't know. I don't even know how we got to this. But
Money.
Yeah, money.
Yeah.
Something that you said, it was the Sculpey thing.
The Sculpey thing. I think I'm kind of done with the Sculpey thing.
You wrote pen holder.
Oh yeah, that was a last minute thing that I just thought of. That
Yeah, I
you could
wrote
make
extra
a
stuff.
fun pen holder, and that's not a unique thing. That's something that's been done.
Yeah, make
forever.
it Christmassy as well. Pen holder. No.
God damn it! I missed the button. But yeah, no, of course. Yeah, I thought of this because my parents a few years back gave me a pen holder that was a shark's head, like coming out of the table, like wow, and
Pretty
you just
cool.
have pens in the mouth.
In the mouth. That's actually
Yeah.
pretty funny. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Make that out of Sculpey now.
exactly. But it looked like something that I would have been able to make myself.
Very cool.
Like not to put it down, it actually looks good. But I know that my molding skills are pretty damn good.
Pretty damn good.
Pretty damn good. But that just made me think of, well, that's something that I could make. Like for somebody that I know has a lot of drawing material, I could customize a little fun thing for them, whether it be Sculpey or any other type of thing. Just to, also help amplify this person's creativity a bit. Like keep pushing everybody that you know is creative and that needs a little bit of a push. Because we all do, every once in a
Yeah.
while. Just go back to the last episode and hear me talk about me needing that push.
Or just go one episode further back and listen
Don't
to
listen
us.
to that. Don't even do it. No. No.
Oh my
No
God.
whining. No more whining.
Episode of
There
shame.
is no more whining.
I'm gonna, dude. I'm gonna go rename that episode now and like just call it shame.
Yeah. Oh, no. But yeah, that's the pen holder.
Yeah, I have nothing else on this subject that I can think of right now that we haven't mentioned. Like
I think we've sort of briefly touched upon a lot of things.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say hands down, still my favorite is going to a flea market, getting some cheap stuff and modifying it.
Cheap things.
And the paintings and adding to paintings is one of my I want to do it.
Yeah.
I just need to get my head out of my ass.
It's harder because it requires a flea market
No, but
that
dude,
sells those types of paintings.
Yeah,
So
but dude, when I've gone to just like
or
normal
like antique shops.
No, antique shops. But antique shops can be a bit more expensive.
Mm.
But I've been to a lot of like in the neighborhood where I live. Like if you live sort of like where people live in
a lot of
houses.
retirees.
Yeah, no. But just going to any type of backyard sale, dude, there is so much shit that people hoard. Like old paintings like that have no value that we know of.
No, it's just
It's
like
just
one of their
like-
relatives
yeah,
that painted
exactly.
that. Yeah.
And they look good enough to be added to. You know what I
be
mean?
destroyed.
Like, yeah.
Yes.
So I
I mean,
really want to
I
do
have
that.
done this.
Yeah, I know
I
you've
just
done
went
it.
to
Didn't you draw
the
death?
Salvation Army. Yeah, I
Yeah.
drew death on. It was like a painting of a fox hunt with just like
dude.
a whole
oh,
bunch
that
of
was
people
it. Yeah,
riding,
yeah. That's perfect though. That's
chasing
perfect.
a fox, and then I just drew death, and then death was made out of ink, and ink was running down the painting, and like I threw it away.
No,
It
that's
sucked.
too bad because I really like the idea if death was sort of like in the painting, but then it pours out of the frame. Oh,
And that was what it was.
okay, but
Yeah.
you sucked.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Hey, you threw it
didn't-
away.
It didn't have that
Yeah,
punch
I
that I
get
wanted.
it that you wanted. Yeah.
But I would have wanted to have more of an more extreme frame. This had just a simple frame, just a little bit more filigree and stuff, to
Yeah.
really play around with. So I mean, it's still something that I really want
I have
to
more
do.
ideas. God damn it. Okay,
Yeah.
imagine this. Okay, this is like in my head. I'm so excited right now. Uh, but buying one of these old paintings and then just making like a little plastic frame around it so you can pour resin, a thin layer of resin to cover the whole sort of like the painting.
Mm-hmm.
And then you make it underwater. So you add like fish. Have you seen people draw fish on resin? It is the most beautiful thing ever.
It's kind of the only thing I watch on YouTube.
Yeah, and you cast resin, and then you let the color dry, and then
More resin.
and you add another layer of like seaweeds and stuff to kind of cover up the fish a bit.
Yeah, so you get layers. and layers.
Yes, and the best thing about resin is like the different layers, you don't see them. Like it just becomes
It's
translucent,
just
all of
one.
it. Yeah. So you can layer your resin. So imagine having this like the fox hunt, but it's all underwater, and you just keep adding little fish and detail like stuff, and then just resin, coats of resin until you have this like thicker.
Until it resonates.
Yeah. And with that said, I think we were moving on.
Hey, moving on.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
love that idea.
You're back. But we're
Bop,
back.
bop. Okay, so we've talked about things you can make.
Make.
You still have to buy a lot of the shit that we said.
Yes.
But it is handcraft. Now we're just going to talk about stuff you can actually just do no work.
Yeah.
And just like put a bow on it.
Yeah.
And it's done.
Stuff that we would like to get, stuff that we probably will or have bought, and stuff that we wish we could buy. But yeah, where do we start? Copics. Always.
Always
Like,
Copics.
We've
like
always
you,
talked about it.
and the
A
thing
good
is,
set of markers.
yeah, like it doesn't have to be Copic because Copic is hella expensive.
Yeah, it is.
But you
they
can
also come with the value.
Oh, dude, the refill and like
the
they're
brand.
really good. Yeah.
You feel good holding a Copic.
Yeah. You feel better than your friends with their pro markers.
Exactly. You just have that little bit of a smirk,
Yeah.
and they all know.
Yeah, they
And
all
you
know.
know that they know. That you
That
know.
you know.
Yeah,
That they know.
Copic.
Copic, bitch.
Yeah.
No, but they're really the best option because of the refills. They have this little airbrush can that you can buy that works like, okay for what it is. You can buy like air cans that you can attach to them. You can also airbrush with your Copics by blowing on them, which is
Something
pretty
that
cool.
I used to do
Yeah.
a lot. But
it's pretty cool.
It is. Yeah.
It's a nice little hack. You can also just buy a fucking like one of those air cans that you buy for your computer to blow out the dust between the sort of your keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use that to blow out color from your Copic. Like it
Awesome.
is pretty cool.
It is. Yeah. And of course you need something to use those Copics in
Yeah,
or on
cocaine.
cocaine. Yeah.
Buy cocaine. Everybody loves cocaine.
And Copics with cocaine is the best blend ever.
Cocaine.
Yeah. No.
No.
But yeah, a really good sketchbook, obviously, is something that everybody needs at some point in time. Even
Yeah.
if you have too many, you can never have too many.
You cannot have
You
too
can
many.
always have another sketchbook.
What I did when I had, like, I bought this, like back on eBay, Swedish eBay, owned by eBay still. No, but somebody sold years ago, back in 2000 and a year back then, 2007 maybe. I found, someone selling Copics, starting price 0 crowns. So I put no bids until the last 30 seconds. I put the highest bid that I was willing to pay, which was $150. And I won, I think, was it 4? No. 5 out of 7 big packs of Copics. So I got 3 packs that I kept, and then 2 packs that I sold for $2,500 each.
So you made...
No. And the thing is, I didn't pay $150 for all of them. That was my max bid.
Aha.
So the people that were like trying to like up the price, I just paid, I think it adds like not even $5 a top, or like $1 like more than they did.
Yeah.
So they can push it up to my max bid, but mine will keep adding the dollar.
Oh, okay.
Until, like they outbid me, and nobody did. So I got them for like $30.
What?
I got them for $40. I got one for $600 and one for $800.
Holy shit.
And so I got all these packs and I just sold them. And then a friend of mine that I got to know from Sketch Tuesday, he was like, dude, I have like a bunch of Copics from the 80s and onward that I've collected over the years. Do you want to buy them all for like no money? Like, I think he had a bunch of them, and it was a lot of duplicates. So I collected all the duplicates. I took out and fixed the broken ones and dried ones, and I sold them to Philip that listens to this show, like the good ones that I had, and he bought them.
Awesome.
Yeah, and so
you became a reseller.
Yeah, exactly, and they're still so good. Like,
retailer.
I have a lot of the fucking Copics from the 80s that he sold me. Dude, I haven't even switched the ink in them. Like, they still hold up.
Yeah. But that's quality.
That is quality,
again,
yeah.
That's why we do promote that brand so much.
So
We're
worth
not
it, dude.
sponsored, even though we would love to be.
Yes, Copic, you sons of friends.
We know you're listening. But, I mean, with that said, we also have used a lot of pro markers
Dude,
and
pro markers are
other
great.
types of markers. They all work.
Dude, they're all good, but
they never live up to that same quality. Not my experience, at least. Pro markers today, yes. The Winsor & Newton ones are
they're really
pretty good.
Yeah.
I haven't really had any of them dry out on me or anything
Dude,
like
I haven't had problems with any of them, like not even other cheap brands. My problem with them is that they can't be refilled. I have to throw the whole thing, the whole body, and buy something else.
Yeah.
Or like you can't pull out the thing, and I think you can use Copic ink, but you won't get the same, color that you expect.
It's not going to be the same.
It's not going to be the same, yeah. And also, whatever color is left, and you add, like a Copic gray, will give you a tint that is different from what you've already done.
Yeah.
So you'll have that problem. And that's why I love Copics. Like, they're all refillable. Like, whatever you buy from them, you can refill.
Yes.
And it's the same, like their Copic Chow brand from their Copic Sketch. The gray ones are the exact same color.
Yeah.
It's just a different body. And you can just refill them.
Which is the best.
Yeah, so it's a very sort of, like, if you love the environment and care about that, this is the way to go, because you don't have to throw anything away. Like, if you break the nib, you just buy a new nib. You don't have to throw the whole pen out, because I know a lot of pens that I use are that there's no refill.
Yeah.
There's this, like the white ones, the white ballpoints that I use for, like, the jelly pens.
Yeah.
Like, the fuck are they called?
Jello?
No, Uniball, Signo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those ones, for example, like, they're like nicely designed. They have this like translucent white body and everything. Once they're out, though, you have to throw them away instead of being able to just switch the ink cartridge inside them.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Like, why is that?
Such a waste of material.
It is such a waste.
Fucking up the environment, man.
Yeah. So it's like a really nice plastic body to it. Like, it feels like a luxury product. Like, it feels good, but it's just rubbish.
Yeah. And I think, like, with the Copics, just going back to that.
Never leaving.
Never leaving.
The subject.
If you don't know what to buy,
Yeah.
it's like take a look at what this person is painting.
Yeah.
And then just see, well, they use a lot of colors. Maybe if I give them like a 10 pack of the different colors, that's perfect for them. Or like in my case, I only do black and white portraits.
Yeah.
The grayscale set, it's perfect. You can never have enough of them.
Nope.
So it's just, or maybe you know that they have them and you buy them some refills because
refills are
invaluable.
Please. Yeah.
It's so good and they last forever.
Yeah, they've become a bit smaller now.
Yeah, I know.
Cheap
They
bastards,
changed
but the
thing.
price is slightly more expensive. I think, which is bad. But
I mean, they know what they're selling. That's the
yes.
But yeah, so like even just getting a full gray set.
It is the best one to get anyone, I think.
It feels so fancy.
Yeah.
Like it's so good and it's so versatile because you can use that
Dude,
and
it's
then
the one
colors on top
I've
of
used it the most.
Yeah.
The grayscales, like
For
I draw
everything.
with color, but it is.
It's so good. Yeah.
On the subject of the Copics, though, you can get any other brands, like because the cheaper brands, you can get like a really big color pack with like nice gradations of color or hues in for a lot cheaper. But then again, you'll run out and you can't refill them, which is a problem. But if you spur of the moment, you want to buy something that feels more luxurious than it is, or like short term, it is to buy one of those like Pro Marker bigger sets, and you'll get a lot of pens, for cheap.
Yeah.
Because the Copics are hell of expensive.
Yes.
Like the big packs. Otherwise, I still like the Leuchtturm 1917 180 gram paper sketchbooks are still like my favorite because Copics look gorgeous on them.
Or any sketch.
Yeah, no, but they're really nice. They do really poorly if you add anything wet on them, though. Like Copics is fine,
warp.
but no, it's not that they warp. If you paint for too long with something wet, like for example, my parallel pen.
Yeah.
That ink is so like it pours and the paper will break apart. So
really?
You can't use wet media on it. Like Copics
because I've
is
used
fine.
a lot of watercolor on my Leuchtturm and it just warps like it.
Yeah, it does warp. It does warp as well. But it also falls apart.
In the water so much.
But it's like you're scraping out the paper eventually.
Because I haven't used it that much.
Yeah.
So I haven't had that problem, to be honest. But
it only happens with those, like the when I tried doing it with my pen, when I I missed that area, and then it just like starts like digging. You're digging through the paper. Even if you're moving soft, like the color really breaks up the.
And again, like you need to know what the person that you're buying it for uses.
Yeah.
As a sketchbook or just any type of normal art book that you don't use like heavy art materials in, it's gonna be one of the best for sure.
Dude,
and it just feels like you feel the quality just holding the book.
The book
before you even open it.
Yeah.
It's so nice. The hardcover.
Yeah.
You can get it in a lot of different fun colors
and
as well.
markers on that paper. Like if you're skilled enough and keep the Copic wet, it looks printed on. Like it looks like when I drew the pear guy and the apple, like my fruity fighters.
Your pun.
Yeah, exactly. Like it looks so good on that paper. Like I forget how vibrant it is. So that color, like however they treat it, and with Copics on it, like the colors just fly at you. Like it's so good.
Yeah.
People are like, is this really drawn? Like we can see the mistakes, but normal people, like the mortals, like the non-artists, like they just like, this looks insane.
Yeah.
And it's like the paper just makes everything pop. It's like this pure white, just like.
Yeah. It's a true testament to the quality again of the book.
Yeah.
And you have them in loads of different sizes as well. So you can, like, if you just want to, give something fun or for people to just experiment with, you can buy the A5 one, small ones, and they can test different things.
I don't remember what they cost, though. Like, do you remember? I think it's like 180 crowns. So, like,
and then
$20?
Yeah.
Yeah, so $20 for the A5.
Yeah.
and then
it just
like keeps going up a bit. Yeah, but
I'd say like $30-$35 for the A4.
for the A4, yeah, but they're really
It's
really
worth
nice.
it. It's definitely worth
And
it.
if you've never seen the Leuchtturm, they look like what is that, super moleskin?
Yeah.
They look like moleskins, but the paper is what I prefer.
Same. Yeah. I know Moleskin has the thicker ones,
Yeah.
but I haven't really
No, but I have a moleskin, like one of the thicker ones. What I don't like, and some people love this, is that they have these, like, the paper is a bit beige, like it has this like tint to it.
Yeah.
Which is nice when you're like drawing on it. It looks, old, like, which is nice, but I prefer, like, when I'm doing Copic stuff, to use the pure white of the Leuchtturm. So it all depends on what you're drawing. For pencil drawings, the moleskin looks really nice. The sketchbook version with the thicker paper.
Yeah, I should try and find that.
Yeah,
I haven't been able to try it or just even feel it actually.
And actually, a heads up for you buying moleskin or Leuchtturm. They do also come in really flimsy paper, so make sure you read that it's the thickness of the paper, just because there's so many people. I think last year or the year before, you guys order a couple of these on our recommendation, and you didn't look out for the paper, and you got the flimsy ones.
Make sure that it's like, what's the thinnest that they should get? Like 180.
I think
like,
180
so from 80
is,
and up.
Yeah,
I would
say
recommend.
anything from 120 and up.
Oh yeah,
I think that's 180 is pretty nice.
Yeah, because that's like the paper that makes a little bit of noise, like if you flap it
thunder.
around. Yes.
Yeah,
and that's what you want. Like you feel the thickness.
Yeah,
good paper cuts.
But if you are one of those people that gets like anxiety from new sketchbooks with fine ass paper in it, you could buy the flimsy ones and just go bananas. If it's for studies and stuff, you don't really need to put, a lot of money. Just buy the flimsy paper and just do your studies and all your sketches and treat it like a cheap beep. Ho, ho, ho. And
yeah.
Yeah. And then I was also going to say, like, just get, like, if you've never got, like, proper watercolor paper, this is the time to try it, or buy it for someone else that hasn't.
Yes.
If you see them, like, using, like, watercolors on, like, printing paper like an ass, just get them fucking proper watercolor paper. It doesn't have to be expensive. Just
even if they don't even use watercolor stuff.
Just
like,
get them?
Get them that.
Yeah.
And like a cheap set of watercolors.
Yeah.
Because seriously, it's so underutilized, I think. It's the best. Like that's always the thing that I go back to. Mm-hmm. I always have fun with watercolors.
Yeah.
It's so easy to use, intuitive, and with the like right material, you can do some really, really cool stuff. But yes, the paper for sure is like, even if you don't use watercolor on watercolor paper, it just feels fancy.
Yeah.
Sometimes it has like a very, very rough texture to it. So that might be something that you want to look out for.
I like that, but it depends on how rough because
and
it's
what
hard,
you want to make, of course. If you're just sketching stuff, then maybe that's not the route to go, because it's going to eat up your lead for sure.
Something that is cool, though, is combining watercolor with color pencils.
Mm-hmm.
So just like doing, like the soft sort of watercolor painting, and then going in with the color pencil on a bit, like the paper is usually somewhat rough, and just like using that texture of the paper to get some really nice outlines or just details. Like the only way I can describe it in a way that it makes sense is kind of like, you can get that, like, what is that called in Photoshop? When you noise. Yeah. You can add noise to your paintings with the color pencil on this paper. And you already have, like, a base green, let's say that. And then you can, like, take a slightly darker green from your color pencils and get, like, this nice sort of grain texture to it, which is really nice. And you can get, like, the Drew Struzan style as well with it, although it's, like, watercolor. You can get those, like, cross-hatchings things with like a green that's a bit darker or lighter
But
from
that
the one.
is
It's
how
such
he uses it more or less.
yeah, but it's such a satisfying fucking approach to it. And if you don't know the artist Poopy Cat on Instagram, you should check her out. Yep, Poopy Cat. She's really cool. I've recommended her work on the show before. Her account got hacked and she had to make a new one, and now she has more followers than me again. And it took her like a week. But her work is phenomenal. So she's called Poopy Cat, but she had to be creative with how she wrote it or threw the words around, like cat poopy or something. I don't know. But she's awesome, and her work is just amazing. I would Google it and then just find the account from there.
There's so many Poopy Cats.
Really?
Yeah.
Just write art.
Poopy Cat art.
Poopy Cat art. I don't know what her handle is right now because Instagram hides everyone from me the few times that I use it. But her work is the perfect example of how to use sort of watercolors or gouache and color pencils.
Yeah, I can't find shit.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I probably wrote something wrong.
Oh, yeah, shit. Yeah, you're not wrong. I can't find it either.
There you
go. Maybe just put it as one word. I think her name was Poopy Cat, though.
I did one word.
Oh, then I don't know. But she is amazing. And whoever finds her first, post it in the Discord. Yeah, shit, you're not kidding. Fuck that. But that is a great tip. Like, you can't go wrong. Like, the color, like the watercolor doesn't have to be expensive. But the color pencils, I think you need to buy with care. Because the really cheap ones will hurt your soul. It's like you're drawing and everything is dandy. And then suddenly you will get to this, like there's like a little piece of rock in it. And it'll just like...
Yeah.
And it's like just drawing your nails on a chalkboard. Like, the worst feeling you could, like, so don't buy super cheap color pencils.
No.
Ever. Because, like, it's horrible.
Yeah. So this is a little bit of a sidestep, but just speaking of that exact thing.
Yeah.
When I went to Australia to study, I took a couple of art classes where one was very much just basic art class. And they introduced all of the different types of materials that an artist uses, from normal sketching to gouache, kind of. And in one of those classes, we were supposed to use, color pencils.
Color pencils.
There you go. And my mission for that class was, because they always they gave us a list of materials that we needed, and they were always very high end. I said, fuck that, because, I didn't have money. So I took it upon myself to try the cheapest stuff that I could get and still do the assignment.
Do the assignment, yeah.
I still managed to pass the class. It was fine. But for that color pencil thing, that was the worst fucking thing ever. And also, of course, the paper I used was sucky. So it just ate up the paper. Like, I couldn't get the color on the paper.
Yeah.
It was like drawing with a knife on toilet paper. That's what it felt like. It was just like
scraping, yeah.
And it was horrible. So trust me, don't. Because all of the other ones were fine. Watercolors, like, you can get away with the cheapest stuff.
I have such cheap watercolors, yeah. And if you really want to get more, like, bang for the buck, like, buy liquid watercolors, like in tubes, and not the bricks.
Yeah, I prefer the bricks. I do.
I like bricks.
I can control the amount that I use more with the bricks, because with the
I like the aquarels. Like the aquarels, not the super cheap ones, but the aquarels are
like
nicer.
The proper aquarel. Cubes, that's what I
those are nice. No, but those are nice because they release a lot of color.
Yeah,
as opposed to like the kids' watercolors. Yeah.
But the liquid ones, for me at least, is because I don't know how much to use. So I always tend to go way too much.
Yeah, okay.
Because I always take too little.
Yeah.
So I want to have enough so I can blend it out and do my thing with them. But then it's just a waste of color. So same with the gouache, actually. So I always tend to use way too much than I need. So that's just because, well, the lack of knowledge or lack of, using that material, which is why it's the best present.
Mm.
If you get it from somebody and you didn't put money down yourself, it feels more okay to kind of, well, quote unquote, waste a little bit. So you can afford to experiment with it.
And also to add to that, like, if you're not wasting it, you're not going to learn.
It. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not using it. Like,
Exactly.
it's like buying something like a camera, for example, and then not using it because you're afraid to break it, because it's expensive. Then it's a bad investment. Like, you should have bought something else.
Yeah.
So just use whatever you have. Don't worry about it running out. Who gives a shit if you can't afford more? Just use the one you have for as long as you can and just utilize the shit out of it.
Oh, yeah. But let's move on with stuff that we would buy.
I would buy, yeah.
Stuff. For one,
like
all of Maddie's books, for sure. Just buy them all.
No, but I think that is a great thing. Like, if you have friends that are selling stuff that is relevant, like, for example, children's books, and you have friends that have kids,
perfect.
Just buy those books.
Because
like,
it's already more personal. Like,
but
it just makes it...
You support two people.
Yeah.
You support your friend that made the books, and you support the friend with kids that you're buying them for.
If you want to be, like, fancy about it, you can maybe get that friend who wrote the book to sign that book
them.
To make it feel super
and then sell
special.
them on eBay, get that money, buy more books from your friend. Yes, and then burp.
Yep.
Scene.
Sorry. Jesus.
Wow. No, that's not Jesus. That's burps.
That's burps. But, yeah, just books in general.
Yeah, books are cool.
Yeah, books
and
are cool.
Also,
comics, movies, all of that stuff.
And that's what I was going to get to, is just buy art books or any books that have cool covers on them. Because what I've noticed with the books that you've given me and the few books that I've kickstarted is that I don't look at them at all. No. Like, Black Sad is the one, hands down, I've looked into the most because it's worth it.
Yeah.
And they're all worth it, though. Like, the Loish books are beautiful.
Yeah, but I've only, like, gone through them once.
Yeah. And what I use them for is as paintings. I put them up.
You put them up.
Yeah, exactly. And they're beautiful. And they look great. So
hence the cover. Yeah.
Dude, yeah. I love those covers. Like, the Black Sad ones are beautiful. They go together as a set. One is black, one is yellow. I don't have the last one.
Yeah, and I can only find it in Swedish.
Dude, yeah. And it's fine. And it's just beautiful books, And I have one from Loish, and I have, like, the Into the Spider-Verse that I got from my team when I quit King, and it makes me sad. And but it's, like, just beautiful books that can be used as paintings and not, dusty in a library that you don't use. Yeah,
and same here. I have so many of those. Some I stole from Lego and some I received from Lego. But just this proper book, like coffee table book.
Yeah.
It just feels fancy, looks good, and just having it, like, it's called a coffee table book for a reason. Just having it laying on your sort of table.
I don't have a table, so
yeah, it's just it's really great, and it gives you so much inspiration once you actually pick it up and scroll through it. Yeah, I say it's definitely worth it, and it just always gives me something new whenever I do pick it up and flip through it. Like, I have the old school Snow White art book.
Very cool.
It's just awesome.
And I would say, like, art books for artists is porn, so just get them whatever they enjoy.
Even if they don't want it, they still want it.
Yeah. Except me.
Except you. Yeah,
I would kill you. Yeah, I don't want stuff.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, dude, by the way, I noticed that my Street Fighter, the really thick one,
yeah,
I don't know what happened. Like, if there was, like, something with the atmosphere where it stood, but it's gone a bit, like, wobbly.
Oh, so it's wet, kind of, like,
condensation. But something. It makes me super sad because it's and the cover is gone. I don't know, like, if my kids took it or if So it doesn't have a cover, like the protective cover. I don't know where it is, and I don't have a thick one enough to you put around it, you know?
Yeah.
The one that came with was designed for it, so...
The fuck?
Yeah, I don't know where it is, but the book is in my new apartment now, and I don't know what to do with it.
Well, all my books are in storage.
So, there you go.
Yeah, they're going to be ruined for sure.
Depends.
no,
Yeah, it
probably
depends. Yeah.
But yeah, I think most artists appreciate
A good art book.
a good art book for sure.
Make sure it has more pictures and text, though. Because the text I've never read.
No.
I've never read it. Like, I think the Rayman art book, that is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
The images are so small. But the art book is gorgeous, but they're like so tiny. Like it triggers the zooming, the swipe with your fingers to zoom.
Yeah.
That's what it triggers.
Yeah.
Like some type of like PTSD zooming fucking mechanism.
Yeah, but that's
in
always
you.
there.
Yeah. No, but it's worse in that book because
Yeah.
all the artwork is gorgeous, but you can't really make out what it is.
Yeah.
And you're just like, come on. So frustrating. We had it at King, and it was just, I hated it.
It was a good reason to buy this other gift that I wanted to recommend.
Do it. Do a bit of it. Stick?
What do you call it?
models.
Magnifying glass.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Everybody needs one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You take
If
that
anything,
book
just to burn
out
things
to the middle of nowhere
Yeah.
with your friends, and then you bash it and burn it.
with a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you talked about buying little models, you know, the little things that you could put together. And
But that also kind of goes with creating things.
but this is like,
Yeah.
I guess all our ideas are
like if you're lazy and you don't want to, and you have a geeky friend, they would still appreciate this. But just adding extra value, I thought of this. You buy a model kit, you know, the kits that you glue together yourself.
Yeah, like old like airplanes and shit.
And today,
Or a
I
car.
think they come as like you just click them together. You don't even have to use super glue and stuff. But you can get, if you go into a model shop or any type of hobby type of shop, they normally have a few of those.
Yep.
But you could get, let's say, just a normal basic train or a car or something, and you could pimp it out so you don't remove it from the actual grid that it comes in, but you paint it in like some fun whatever, or actually paint it like a real car, or make it rusty, or, you know, depending on your skill level
and who
stuff.
you're buying it for.
And who
maybe
you're
they want to
buying it.
paint it themselves, then you don't
Then
paint
you
it.
don't. Exactly. Then you give them the paints as well.
Yeah.
But just that, a model kit, I think it's just something.
Dude, there are so many cool things you can buy now, like
Yes.
the whole Gundam,
All
like
of
the
those.
models and all that,
Exactly.
just super
Or
cool.
like there's so many really cool Star Wars models. Like even if you
There you
don't
go.
like the newer Star Wars movies, the ships and stuff have evolved to these crazy cool designs. It's just really awesome. Or the classics.
But
of
dude,
course.
when your dad bought that Wolverine statue that he painted,
Yes, that I have tattooed on me. Yes, that's where the tattoo's from.
so fucking good.
I know. And he's really good with painting stuff like that
Yeah.
as well, because he has painted models all his life. So he put a little bit of shading beneath the vein and the arm when he's flexing, and it just, he
And then-
understands anatomy and colors. And so for him buying him something like this, he would really appreciate that, because that would be
He
meditation.
would get like
for
one
him.
of those like Assassin's Creed ones, or like a
Oh,
Zelda, a Link
yes.
one. You know,
He would love that.
Yeah,
He would love that.
I know. He'd
And
fucking nerd.
I don't think I would paint it for him.
No.
I would
No. Just give him the whole thing. Like,
Yeah.
just get him a little like Link statuette with like standing on like a stub or something, or like a rock, you know, with the shield and the sword. Like,
Yeah.
just epic in itself. Yeah.
That's actually not a bad idea.
I know, he's a nerd.
Yeah, he is.
But he, like me, bought fucking the Switch.
You know he has the Zelda tattoo now, right?
No.
Yeah, so he does have
Okay.
Link with the Master
Oh,
Sword.
yeah. No, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that. And the cool thing is he, like me, just bought the Switch to play that game.
Yeah.
That's all I did. That's all I played on it. And then I, like, kids, gift.
Play.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, the model kits, I
Dude,
think.
it is.
That was just something that I thought of a while back, and I wanted to do something with, but I keep forgetting it.
Another one I have when you're done.
Yeah. No, it's I keep walking by
Dude.
a graffiti store.
Yeah.
Highlights.
Yeah,
on,
highlights.
and they have these train model kits that are meant to actually
yeah,
be
like
painted.
when people like tag like
Exactly.
trains. Yeah, that's
and,
cool.
And that's where I got the idea, because that's such
actually
a
a
cool
fun-
thing. But you
fun
could do
idea.
that with anything.
Yeah, it doesn't even have
So-
to be like a model. You
No.
could basically do this with the crafting stuff that we talked about earlier.
And if you have a friend that is sort of into the graffiti scene or stuff, you buy them an X-wing and then
Yeah.
you make them just
Oh,
go
that would be
graffiti
cool.
all over it. Like,
buy them the
how
big,
fucking cool.
the Death Star, and then
Oh,
have
yeah.
them go crazy. No.
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
Like that merge of styles, I think.
But then
is
you need a
perfect.
good graffiti artist.
Yeah, that too.
But something that I've thought about as well, that it's like something I'm just too lazy to do. But imagine going to like
Work.
no,
I
but
know.
just getting
Yeah.
old toys that no one like, used old toys.
Yeah.
And just like breaking them up and just like taking the different parts and putting them together and making
Refurnishing or
no, just making new ones,
rebuilding?
making your own characters that
Oh,
are
yeah.
like just fun. Because my son had this like Toxic Avenger character that is like broken. Like it's from my childhood, and he like the head has been gone since we were kids. So what I did was like I had these like the IKEA plugs, the little wooden ones that you put into stuff. The little
yeah,
wooden
yeah.
ones to connect the different planes.
Yeah.
I had one of those, and then he had this like little rubber bulldog head that is from something entirely different. So I made a hole underneath that and just put the plug in, and it's like, the hole is
So
small
snug.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the hole is so small that like I had to like really push it in, and then it just stuck there. And then I just made I made sure that the wood, like I took like sandpaper and I just made it so that it just went into the fucking hole, but with resistance. So it's just solid on there.
Oh, perfect.
And he can turn the head, but it won't like you really have to pull it out to get it out because it's like long plug.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just the perfect fucking mod for that character. And he's been
Awesome.
headless for years now, like since I was a kid. And now he has a head that is like a bulldog head with the Toxic Avenger body. It's so good.
Perfect. You just made your own character.
Yeah, and it was so satisfying to make. And
Yeah.
it was such a like, I just like, okay, what do I have at home that I can sort of like put together here and make him a head? And then I was like looking through his toys, and he had this like rubber little bulldog head that was perfect for it. Just fixed it, made it better. He
Sweet.
loves the character.
That's awesome.
Bulldog Avenger. I don't know.
Yeah. Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else did we have on,
On
the
buying?
buying of the things?
I don't know. Like, there
'Cause-
are some expensive stuff, like
Yeah.
iPads and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
we've
we've talked about that a bit
Yeah.
before, but I mean, that's all.
no, but that's like getting it for yourself, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
unless you have abundance of money, and
And I keep mentioning movies and stuff. Nobody collects
I
movies
can't
anymore.
even, like, my phone got stuck.
It's so that's something that I would appreciate, but not many other people today would appreciate getting like DVDs or Blu-rays. So yeah, maybe not do that. But something that you mentioned, I think last year or maybe the year before, that stuck in my head that I at some point will probably do is just making somebody a playlist on Spotify
That's nice.
or on
I
YouTube.
don't remember saying any of this.
So
I'm cool.
yeah, you are. I think you mentioned the YouTube thing, doing collecting your favorite art
tutorials
for
and stuff.
somebody,
Yeah.
and then sort of like I don't know how you would give that as a gift. Maybe because you could probably make a card and write the thing on the thing.
Yeah.
But that's such a cool little
Yeah.
simple gift that just keeps on giving.
And especially if you are like, if someone looks up to you as an artist, you could like, dude, I collected some tutorials for you and this playlist that I think would like be of value to you.
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool.
And that's really cool.
Yeah.
But likewise, you know how you would make a mixtape or a mix CD for somebody
Yeah.
back in the day? You could do that with Spotify and just customize a specific playlist for somebody with like your favorite songs or the songs that remind you of the person or whatever, make it cute.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dude, one of my favorite things to do on Spotify is
listening to
make,
music.
yes,
Yeah.
but also making playlists that are called mixtape.
Oh, really?
Yes, I've already made mixtape, like 2023 mixtape.
Okay.
And now I'm adding
Nice.
songs to it. I have one.
Nice.
But I started yesterday, and I have this
You're
one
cheating,
song.
man.
No,
Fucking cheating.
no, I'm getting the vibe for next year.
Oh, nice.
Because the thing is, if I wait until next year to make it, it'll take me a year to make it. You know what I mean?
Okay,
So I need to get the songs in now that I want to start my year with.
Nice.
Yeah,
and that's the shitty thing with me. It's I keep listening to the exact same playlist over and over and over and over. I never. There's just every time I try listening to something new, it's not really as good. I'm just stuck in that.
Yeah, you're
old
old.
man loop.
Yep,
Yeah,
old.
Yeah, yeah, I am.
Yeah, I listen
But
to new stuff.
the
all
idea
the time.
is great, and I think you should. If you
and
don't
to
have any
build off
money
it.
and you have Spotify.
Yeah, and if you do have money, get them courses on
Skillshare
anything.
or
Skillshare,
Drumeo
Dominica, whatever it's called. But there are like a plethora of these sites.
That's such a great word.
Yes, you're welcome. A plethora of sites to use. Just check some reviews. There's also Gumroad tutorials. There are super expensive ones on Schoolism. There are cheaper ones somewhere else. Just look it up. Look, whatever they want to learn. But I would say start with YouTube because most people have a hard time doing, online courses.
Mm.
So if you see that the person is a bit, in sort of completing courses or something, YouTube has a lot of free stuff.
Yeah.
That is really good.
Yes.
I think I've learned more, in general, whatever, the internet has been my friend. I don't think I've completed a full course on anything online, but just, the stuff that I, recommended last time, the Photoshop_blog on Instagram, that is also on last week's episode in the caption or the description. That alone, just little directly useful tips that you can use out of the bag. That is the stuff. That's how I look at YouTube. I never look at full videos of them just yammering.
No.
I just go to the part that I can use. I take that out and then fuck your video.
Yeah, but that's all. That's what you want normally.
Yeah.
It's just how do I solve this problem or how do I do this?
Exactly, and that's the best way for me to learn. That's why I hate when I went to school, theoretical stuff. Oh, this is all based off of yes, I understand. Now can we skip that and just get to this stuff I can use?
Yeah,
because that's how my brain works. Anything else is just fuck
useless.
Off. Yes. I like this guy.
The buttons.
So yeah, just put together because I know how I work and I know how you work somewhat, and we can't concentrate for too long on people talking because it's people talking,
And then it's the
dude. Yes.
Yeah. And your attention is there. Yeah.
Dude, it just drifts. Yeah. So that's why try to understand the person you're giving the gift to. It'll make it so much easier.
And that's the cool thing about it because it becomes really personal in that way. Even
Yeah,
if you
of course.
feel like you're gotten away with this super cheap thing, but the time you spent actually researching and finding all of these clips that match the person you're sort of giving it to.
Yeah.
That is the gift. That is the time of time from your life being spent.
It does take time, trust me.
It does.
You have
and
to
you're
go
gonna
through
get lost in that field of just so much
Ex-
nonsense before you get the cool stuff.
And also you also have to limit the amount of stuff that you throw at someone.
Yeah.
And you also have to see what the fuck, how, in what order do I put these? Or how do I, what subjects do I choose for this person,
Yeah.
So you have to kind of there's a lot of work, even if it's cheap, man hours wise, it might not be, you know what I mean? So it's a valuable gift. Free stuff doesn't have to be bad stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is still it requires something from you that is valuable to the person you're giving it.
That's why I thought it was such a great tip when you came up with it.
And then forgot about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
And then
know.
never did anything with it. Yeah, for sure. But
it was for others, yeah.
We still talk about it.
Yeah.
It's
No, but it's I'm super happy you brought it up. But it is a really fucking good gift, and it's totally free.
Yeah, and I think maybe for your kids as well, it's a good thing.
Dude, yeah, because I can't teach my kids shit.
Yeah.
Like I tried, like I was trying to teach them skateboarding, like
Mm-hmm.
the little stuff, just like how to stand on the board. And I was like, they're not listening. When
No.
you did it, not a problem.
Yeah, but
So
that's because
you're the
I'm-
playlist.
I'm somebody that comes in.
I know, and that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like it's
it's-
always easier. Like we talked before, like when you train with like a spouse or someone,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
just murder them.
yeah.
But when she trained with her personal trainer that had less experience than me, she worked out. I was like,
Why?
why?
Yeah,
Yeah, but it
why?
is, you need someone from the outside
Yeah.
looking in. No. It's
I-
been a while. Let's move on.
Yeah. I'm like, should I continue?
No,
What do I do here?
I don't know. I have
Rock and hard
nothing else that I can think of or that we've written down.
Buy everybody a PlayStation 5. There you go.
That is it. That
That's
is
it.
the
That's-
best gift
that's
you can
all-
give anyone. Yeah.
Because there you can actually look at those YouTube clips as well on that PlayStation
Yeah.
5. So you buy them that one, and then for the rest of their lives, you just give them
They owe
a
you. No,
YouTube clip.
no,
Every-
they owe you.
They owe you. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I've got nothing really.
I think we've done good.
the whole
It's been almost 2
weeks,
hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
1:45.
1:45. Yeah. Cool.
We're good. And
cool.
with that said,
Moving on.
moving on.
Moving on. Yeah. Moving
And
on.
we're back. Oh,
I would,
or
no.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Yes. We're back. Bap, bap, bap. Bap, bap, bap. Welcome back to the retro time.
Retro and
Yeah,
this
Chris.
week we've seen all but did you see something?
Yeah,
Nothing.
Home Alone.
Home Alone. Yeah. Well, that's good because
That's
that's
good,
going to be on the thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
So Christmas movies we enjoy?
yeah. I was just thinking like if we had seen something that we like might have forgotten on our way here. But yeah, I saw The Relic again.
I saw 65% of Dumbledore's Revenge or whatever it's called.
Yeah, dumb.
The Love of Dumbledore. I don't know. Secrets of Dumbledore.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
And yeah, I actually haven't seen anything. Whenever I've had a little bit of time, I've played a little bit more of Sifu. That's
Sure.
Sifu.
Shifu.
Yeah. So yeah, done nothing. Just work, and that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Christmas is
Yeah.
upon us. So like, what
Are we watching?
all-time favorite sort of getting into the Christmas mood or just chilling out at Christmas movies? So this is a broad topic, I guess.
I know what I'm going to watch all of Christmas, probably by myself, but
Arcane.
yes. But
Jesus.
no. What I'm thinking is the Leica films, like, Paranorman.
Oh.
Shit, I can't think of any of the other movies. Kubo and the Two Strings.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah,
why, but like just watching like cartoons that are really well made, like these stop motion ones, it's just like I don't know. Like
That is very Christmassy.
I feel like it is. Although
Nightmare Before
there-
Christmas.
Nightmare
like,
Before
for
Christmas, I was
sure.
gonna see. I usually watch at Halloween or Christmas, and I forgot on Halloween because my kids are out of their film phase right now. But so thinking of like it works for Christmas and Halloween,
Yeah, but
so
that's
I'm
the
just gonna
thing, like,
watch it.
It's such a genius movie
Yeah.
in that way.
Yeah,
Because like any type of movie that is tailored to like any what do you call it, holiday
yeah,
is perfect because they're gonna send it every holiday. This one has both
yeah.
Halloween and Christmas.
Yeah, and
like the genius of that.
but dude, even the songs, like my
Yeah.
kids sing along. Everyone just like gets into the mood. And what other movie does that? You know what I mean? Like just gets
Eldorado.
you in the yes.
But not Christmas, But
Yeah.
yeah, what kind of actually?
But it is,
Eldorado is a
but it's
movie
one
that
of those
works.
movies that I can watch
It's-
every time.
It's
like
definitely
every,
a holiday
Yeah.
movie. But yeah, for me, it's like all of those kind of massive adventure movies. Like I just want to get them out of the way. Yeah, the
adventure.
matinees.
Yeah,
The old school Star Wars, the Indiana
Yeah.
Joneses, like they send them
They
on
do.
TV all the time during Christmas. Not
And
that
that's
we watch
why-
that anymore.
no.
That-
But it became part of the holidays,
Exactly.
basically. Yeah.
And the same with the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
But even Die Hard,
And
like
Die
1,
Hard.
2, 3, 4, like not 4.
56. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe 1, 2, 3. Maybe just
1, 2,
one.
3. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah, just one.
Yeah, I don't know how many times during Christmas I've seen Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers, with the plane, like that.
Oh yeah.
Just like him lying in the snow, just
Yeah. But
Like and always that part, like you turn on the channel and he's like lying in the snow and like yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. And you're like, yay, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, but yeah, you have to see Die Hard for sure.
Die soft.
Die soft. But my all-time favorite Christmas movie is National Lampoon's Christmas.
Yeah.
With Chevy Chase and
That you told me was the third movie, and I was like, what?
Yeah, I'm
How
pretty
is
sure
that?
it is. Maybe it's the second one, but I'm pretty sure it's the third one because they changed out the kids in that one.
Oh yeah, they changed the kids.
So it's
from.
yeah. But it's just perfect. I remember us watching it in school.
Oh, dude, we laughed so hard.
Yeah, I like fell out of my chair.
The
laughing.
sled scene and the cat scene.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's just like they just stay with you. You
Yeah.
know, it's just maybe it is because we grew up with it, but and that was Chevy Chase at his prime.
Before we knew he was a creep.
Yeah, exactly. It just
Hi.
exactly, and thankfully he's just aged so much in between, so you don't really tell them apart. You know, that was one and that's the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, so still okay. But that for sure is like my all-time favorite Christmas movie, and of course the one that you're going to be talking about because I'm leaving it to you
Yes, of
now.
course. Okay,
But
yeah.
So yeah, that like I just wanted to brush past really quick because I could go into deep details
Yeah.
of all of the Star Wars and Indiana Jones and the Lord
Yeah,
of the
of
Rings
course,
and
of
all
course.
that.
Same.
But
same.
those are like whenever I have time during any time of snowy season, I need to watch all of those movies because it just brings me back to childhood
Yeah.
and gets me into the sort of Christmas vibe and that zone and the coziness of it.
Yeah,
It's just
I get it.
home, I guess.
Yeah. Alone.
Home. Yeah.
Segue, bitch. So I turned on my TV and it has like this recommended stuff on the sort of like the OS.
Oh, yeah,
No,
yeah.
on the TV. When you turn it on, I don't have channels.
Yeah.
I only have the TV sort of like AI recommended
Change the
stuff.
channel.
And it was like this ginormous Home Alone sort of cover at the top. And my kids were like, "Oh, let's watch it." And
Sucker.
so we watched it, and it's again this year. It's equally entertaining.
It's such a perfect movie.
It is such a good movie.
Yeah.
Like it holds up,
Chris Columbus just knocked it out of the park.
dude. It is still as magical as it was back then. Like I can enjoy it as a grown up, and they can enjoy it as kids. You know, on their sort of level. And,
Yeah.
And the like Marv and shit, I don't even remember their names. But
Joe Pesci. And
yeah,
the
Joe
other guy.
Pesci and Marv. Yeah, like we know his real name and his fake name.
So sad.
So sad. Yeah, but it's just so good.
Yeah. But that's like, I would say that's a testament to how the impact of Marv.
Dude, Marv is
Because he is so great as that character.
dude.
That
he
anything
is the
else that
best.
he's done is just like so secondary
Yeah,
because he
no.
steals,
Dude.
both those movies. I think
Yeah,
New
dude, no,
York is
he's-
equally good.
Dude, equally good.
Yeah.
like
But it's just so he's so funny.
dude,
he's
he
so
is
funny.
the best.
And I'm
like,
so annoyed now that I don't know his name.
yeah, I've looked it up so many
Yeah,
times, and
yeah.
but the beauty of it, like one of my favorite scenes is when Kevin takes the spider, like when Marv grabs his
Yeah,
leg and takes the spider and puts it on his face. Like the scream that Marv releases there, it's so good.
Daniel Stern is his
There
name.
you go.
Marv. Yeah.
But but he just like his performance is just on par with like the essence of that movie. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Marv is by far the best. When he gets shot in the face,
Yeah.
when he gets like, it's all just perfect. Like when he steps on the fucking Christmas decorations.
Hello.
Yeah. Ka-chunk. and same thing, like they've just like his reactions to everything. Like when he pulls the lamp cord and and he just looks up. Like when he gets shot in the face and there's that little pause in between his yeah, exactly. The little pause before he screams. It's so perfect.
And the thing is, just you mentioning it, I can see it so vividly.
That is
Yeah.
the beauty of this movie. It is so. But I even like when Joe Pesci gets shot in the dick, and when
Yeah.
he gets like the way that he just it is. so iconically perfect. Like it is something that stays with you, you know.
Because that's also a thing. I think Joe Pesci came up with the whole because he just automatically started cursing.
Yeah.
And they told him, like, it's a children's movie, so you can't curse.
Yeah.
So he made up the thing to...
It's perfect, dude.
And it's just so perfect. And the fact that they utilized or used Looney Tunes as the base for how to make the movie. That's why the timing of the jokes are so good.
Dude, it is
because
perfect.
it is a Looney Tunes live action movie.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But it's also something about the cadence, like the way they wrote the script.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are your parents here? I'm 7 years old. And you
Like,
know, like that
yeah.
whole thing. Like, I don't think so. Like it is just like it feels, you know, like real, but it's not. You know what I mean? Like, and the same thing, like when he comes in and like, Mom, Dad, like when he's looking for his parents, you know, and the whole time he like, I made my family disappear. You know, like it is so good. Like the way that the lines are delivered, you know, because we've all seen the first Harry Potter movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just annoys me. The rest of them are great, but that first one just annoys me beyond this planet.
It's a little too theatrical.
No, but it's all
the way they like.
I don't know
deliver the
yeah,
lines. I guess.
And then
the kid's first movie, probably.
Yeah, and then it becomes just normal movie, you know. And I enjoy all of them.
Yeah.
But it's just something
also
about
Chris
this
Columbus.
movie. Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah.
Totally unintentional reference. But I don't know, man. Home Alone 1 and 2, in their own right, perfect Christmas movies.
Yes.
Like, and they've aged so well, and the concept is so simple, and it works every year. That's the thing. Like, there are not a lot of movies that I want to see every year. I really am not one for traditions, but Home Alone is one of them. Like, I just keep watching it. I could watch it alone.
It makes me really want to go home and watch it now. But I don't have internet, so I'm not going to.
There you go.
But yeah.
You can stream from your phone.
Yes, I do. Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
But I can never, like, Home Alone never gets old. There's something about the, like, a replayability to it, which is, like, you know what he's going to say, and you say it with him, and you match the cadence, and you sing the Christmas songs, and, you know, like, you dance like Michael Jordan on the paper cutout, like, walking around. It's just, like, all the things that you can sort of, like, it's like a sing-along, you know, like, or like talk-along, or whatever you want to call it. Basically, like Nightmare Before Christmas. It has that same sort of, like,
gravitas.
Yeah, but it takes you, like, on a journey. Like, you know what I mean? So it's really nice.
Yeah, and I love that it plays into, well, because I think all of us as kids have had that of, that you just want to be alone, you just want to make your family disappear, but also the, like, how scared you would be,
if
like, the nightmare of losing your parents, and, like, it just juggles that perfectly. And, like, he's such, like, I think a lot of cred needs to go to Macaulay Culkin, because just delivering everything in this movie with, like, the sensibility and all of the things that he can portray in his little tiny boy face.
Yeah.
It just, he's so good. Like, and it's, I guess that's probably one of his first movies too.
Yeah,
so,
dude, it is perfect.
It's just, man, everything about the movie is so great.
You know what the best part was as well? Like, I watched it with my kids. They're 12 and 9 now, and they were like, when he gets scared of the cellar, you know, with the and then when he's not anymore, and my kids were like, oh, look, he's not afraid anymore because he's like,
I'm not afraid anymore.
Oh, dude, that scene when he comes up with the shovel. Like, the screams are perfect. And again, those moments are so exaggerated, but so well done that you buy into it. You know what I mean? Because those are silly. Like, they're stupid. But the rest of the movie has this, like, it's quite serious, and it's, like, sort of, like, the way that they're acting and everything. It's not like a slapstick, except for when you get to the bandits and stuff like that. But otherwise, it has, like, this darker tone to it, like a proper drama. You know what I mean?
Serious.
Yeah.
And that they find the funny bits about that, or the lighthearted bits in there.
Yeah, and I think,
or that, like heartfelt relationship between him and the scary neighbor.
The neighbor,
the
like, dude.
granny.
Yeah, granny.
Granny. Yeah,
It's beautiful. Like this movie is like it has so many fucking layers. Like it's like an onion. No,
and John Cleese. No, not John Cleese. John Candy. John Cleese. He could have been in it. Yeah.
Not even close.
No. But even
polka.
Exactly. Like even that,
dude.
Like it just
It's
fucking
the
works,
best.
and it's so heartfelt too. Even
Yeah.
if it's super stupid and silly, but you know the lengths of the mother just trying to get home to her kid, like, and that just being repeated all the time.
Dude. Like I hear her say Kevin in my head every year,
I love
or like
that you
all
put
the
that story.
that
Like,
story.
and I just you know,
everyone
you
knows
know
that scene. Yeah, everyone knows that scene. Kevin. And then the next scene is him like pulling the sled on the stairs. Like it's so good. It's such a perfect like transition. It's just like the top, like the film up the stairs, and you see him coming there with the sled. It's so good. Oh man, and it's like, and that is the perfect, like you go from this like grown up situation that kids can't really relate to this like no one's here, so I'm gonna drive the sled down the stairs. Like that transition is so perfect.
Because that's what you would do,
dude.
100%.
Yes.
I think there is, you know, the movies that made us. I think there is a Home Alone one.
What?
I think
That's cool. Okay,
I'm not
check it out.
100% sure, but it popped into my head.
But it's like, oh man, I could talk about this movie way more than I thought.
Yeah,
I could.
apparently so.
No, but it's such a good movie,
It
man.
is.
Like it is, like hands down my favorite Christmas movie. You know, like it is. I've watched it for years now, and it's equally fun every time.
Yeah, it's like the one that I mentioned, National Lampoon's Christmas and Home Alone are by far my favorite Christmas movies. Again, because like even if I watch them midsummer, I still kind of get like a little bit of a Christmas vibe. And
nothing gives me a Christmas vibe usually, but Home Alone does.
It's that little sort of just brings you back. I think that is the magic of it.
The magic, yeah.
Yeah, and there's so few movies nowadays that you actually get that, like, because I don't know. Do you know that your kids have any movie like that right now? Like, what's
Home
their
Alone?
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
See,
that's the beauty of Home Alone.
That's kind of sad, but also like just
again,
a testament.
We did watch like
how
Kurt
good it is.
Russell's Christmas movie, Santa, whatever.
Close?
No, but I think
Claus?
it's called Christmas something.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And there's one and the second one just came out, but we haven't seen that one, so that's a movie. But I just don't know, man. Like I love Kurt Russell; he does Santa great, but
I love Elf as well, but
Elf
it's kind of not
is
really a
not-
Christmas movie in that way.
yeah, it's still fun though. Like I think we watched it and my kids enjoyed it, but
It's a genius movie. That's Jon Favreau. Like in
there
case
you go.
didn't know. But that's a fun movie, but it's not like it doesn't hold a special Christmas part of my heart.
No, same. Like it's a good movie in itself, but
because I'm just trying to think of any other movies that are that impactful for me, at least, with the Christmas theme, and it's just like
no, there are
I
a
can't
bunch
think of any other.
But there's that movie with that Alan something guy. What's his face?
Rickman.
No, not Rickman. Alan. Woody Allen.
Woody Allen.
Is it Woody Allen that plays Santa? In that, like, there's like a bunch of those movies, like 3, 4 of them.
Like Woody Allen is
No, Chris Allen. Chris?
like
Some
Woody
Allen.
is
No,
definitely not playing Santa.
No. Let's see. Santa Allen movie. Tim Allen. God damn it.
Yeah.
So the Tim
when
Allen.
he becomes Santa.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
He becomes Santa because the real Santa breaks his foot or something on his, I don't know.
Roof or
Yeah, exactly. And they just made more movies out of those. But again,
the first one, like I remember it being okay, but I don't remember it.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a movie that came out around that time, but it just never captured my interest in that sense. Like, maybe because of said actor, but I don't know. Like, he was never.
It's Buzz Lightyear, man.
Buzz Lightyear for me is also me.
Yeah, I know. With the caveman. What was the show? Tummen mitt i handen in Swedish.
Oh shit! Yeah, I don't remember, but yes.
Yeah.
Shit, what was that called? Yeah. Holy crap. Yeah, I don't remember at all. Because that was like the time when everything was in Swedish, you know, dubbed. Or not dubbed, but translated. Yeah,
exactly.
the titles.
Yeah,
But
the thumb in the middle of the hand.
The-
Yeah, there you go. It's like such a great name, so catchy. Yeah, I don't have any other Christmas movies that I can recommend.
Nope. Same here, and I haven't seen anything yet.
And
so.
apparently there was a lot of other Krampus movies. So there's
Oh, shit.
the Krampus movie that I mentioned is the one with the guy from Parks and Rec. So you know which one I mean.
Exactly.
There's another one that's like
Parks and Krampus.
really bad, like almost trauma
Oh,
type
shit. Okay,
style,
okay.
like very gory and
Cheap.
and that one had a bunch of sequels. I don't know if this one has a sequel. That's why I thought it had, but it's different types of movies.
And also,
Just
if
to
you're
clarify.
fan of the Irish, there is all the Leprechaun movies on, was it Netflix? So if
Really?
you like horror movies about
I've only seen the
leprechauns.
first one, but maybe like 20 years ago.
But
more.
is it the first one that Jennifer Aniston is in?
Yeah.
Because she's in
I
one of them, yeah.
think- Or is it the second one?
Who cares, really? But
one of her
she's
first movies,
in,
I think.
Yeah. And then there's like, I think Leprechaun 3 or 4. He's like rapping and shit.
Yeah.
But
That's- I have that in my head.
yeah, but the Leprechaun movies, like, I loved as a kid. And then,
Didn't we rent?
yeah, we rented
least
like 1
one.
and 2.
Yeah.
I think 3 came by the end of that era where you still watched that.
Yeah.
And then there was like a 4th one. There was one with strip clubs and shit that I didn't
Well,
see.
it's kind of like the Chucky movie.
But yeah, exactly. It just flipped. They
Yeah.
flipped it on its head, basically, like Jason Voorhees in space and shit.
Oh yeah.
And
Jason X. Yeah.
Jason X. There you go. Like, it's just like, okay, we've lost everyone. Let's do something crazy to try to get them back.
Yeah. Actually, that's something.
Jason SpaceX.
There's been like this big debacle with the license
For Jason, yeah.
And I think that's settled a couple of months back now. But so now they can start making those types of movies again.
Fun.
It'll be really interesting to see what they do with, because there's definitely going to be another Jason movie.
I'm excited to see how they're going to sort of like, because it was always like these, like, sorry, but bimbos running, like male and female bimbos in this case, just running into Axis and and you know,
And
like
other things.
and other things, yeah. And I'm just wondering, like, how are they going to make that into this sort of like political sort of film landscape that is right
Today.
now? Yeah. So yeah, super excited to just see what the fuck happens. Are we going to get like a politically correct Jason Voorhees movie where he just cares?
Yeah. It's like, you're ruining the environment. I'm going to chop you up
Exactly.
and put you into
This is for-
disposable bags.
Exactly.
Right. Recycle you.
Recycle. Jason recycles.
Yeah. And you just get rid of the whole woke mob.
Exactly. Makes a bicycle out of your bones.
Clown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. With that said, we've been blabbing for 2 hours.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. So I have nothing else on Christmas.
Yeah.
Home Alone and Nightmare Before Christmas. Perfect.
You're going to
movies.
go home alone. I'm going to go home alone. But yeah, fuck it. Hope you guys got at least one good gift out of this. And you are welcome.
And if you make something and not punching your microphone, write to us on the Discord and tell us what you're making.
Yes.
Or just like we could make a Christmas craft channel, and you could post Christmassy things there.
That would be really cool to see.
That would actually be fun.
And if you do anything and you post it on the gram as well, tag us. Hashtag Sketchbook Heroes. And have fun.
Have fun. Thank you for listening. Vote for the podcast. Recommend it to everyone.
Early
slap your hands together.
Merry Christmas to everybody and all that. We're going to make another episode before. But anyways, in case we forget to say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. From us to you.
Fuck you.
There we go. See you next week. Okay.
This